Weird lenses, part 2. This is the DZO X-tract 18 to 28mm T8 probe lens. And the footage looks like this. I should really open this on. Yeah, let's do that. Pro. Rule number 1, lock your cases. Now the probe lens, this is a tool that I use way more often than I think most people would. This probe in particular is absolutely fantastic. It's quite a bit newer than most of the probes that are on the market, and its specs are pretty great. So this one is T8. Essentially that just means the iris is a lot larger than most probes, although T8 is still quite a narrow aperture. It doesn't let a lot of light in. However, if you look at the lens itself is tiny. What makes this one particularly special, other than the fact that it has a better aperture than most, is that it's a zoom and it's parfocal. You have this incredible macro aspect to it, and you can get it super close. I've put this super close to people's eyes, I've put it in the dirt, I've put it in drinks, I've put it all over the place. If you can add some motion to it, you get this really unique, really interesting perspective that you don't see too often. But now you do, they've become a lot more popular. Previously had the Lauer periscopic probe, and I had both barrels. I had the 90 degree, and then the straight barrel. This is just a straight barrel. It's the one that I found myself using the most. The fact that you have to change the barrel was a bit... I didn't really need it. I didn't really use it that much, but I did use the actual lens quite a lot. The fact that this is zoomable though, from 18 to 28, and it might not sound like a lot, but that throw at that side of the focal length is quite big. And it gives you a few more options when shooting to be like, well, this is just a bit weird, or it's just a bit too wide, and you can, instead of having to crop in post or fix something later, you can fix it in camera, and I am very much team keep it in camera. I have it in PL, which means that I can use it on pretty much any camera, like the Alexa Mini or a Venice or a Red, all of which I've used this lens on. But what really drew me to it was I have a set of Vespid prime lenses. They're my go-to, quite clean, but still a bit of character cine lens. Having lenses that are all different kinds and don't really match very well can be quite daunting when it comes to post. And the shift that I had in my previous probe lens was really quite big from all of the lenses that I had. This is a lot cleaner. It sits in that sort of warm line of lenses like the Vespids do. And yeah, it means that when I walk onto a set, I have matching lenses that, can all go hand in hand together, bar one or two little things that we need to think about, like the T-stop. It is a super weird lens as far as lenses go. It's not a particularly normal shape, size, length, but because of that, you can put this in some really cool, really weird places. It's a creative tool, and having one meant I could learn without having to rent it. I could play with it as much as I wanted, and it was just, having this tool available to me at any one point meant there was no bar to entry for me. I could just walk on to a shoot, to a set, and go, yeah, I've got this in my tool bag. Or I can offer it out and be like, no, I know exactly what I'm doing with this, because I've got more time under my belt using this lens than other DPs. That for me was kind of like a really important thing. I wanted to be really good at this thing and using this tool. Cool bit of kit. Ciao.